Democrats or the Biden is hiding people and sucking the blood of children.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I do things that you guys don't want to do, such as watch Biden for a whole hour and 17 minutes. Not the best time. So, if you're someone who doesn't hate themselves as much as I do, you probably didn't sit down and force yourself to endure Joe Biden's town hall and also endure Don Lemon for that long.
A lot to talk about.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna no, you're good. No, you're good.
Times like this is when I miss Donald Trump. Because if you're gonna sit and watch a politician answer a bunch of questions you probably already know the answer to, you might as well make it interesting. Joe Biden he's so fucking boring. Confusing or boring. There's like two roads with Joe Biden, and those are the only two roads that will take you anywhere. Is confusion or wanting to die from boredom. Obviously, this was just another excuse and reason for Democrats to come out and push their bullshit narratives that no one actually really believes or stands by, but politicians. On the very first question that Biden was asked, he was asked, what would you say, or how would you deal with the people who are worried about more restrictions and mandates coming?
What do you say to people who are worried about a new round of restrictions and mask mandates and so forth?
So, obviously, Joe Biden started his answer by mentioning how this is very similar to when he won the election.
It's a little bit like when I got elected, you know.
Which I don't understand that. Then he goes into saying numbers of people who have died due to COVID.
Oh, you know, we've lost more people in the United States, over 630-some thousand people, than in every major war we've ever fought.
And then he goes back to saying that people that don't have the vaccine are the ones dying from COVID, and never really answers the question.
And so what I say to people who are worried about a new pandemic is get vaccinated. If you're vaccinated, even if you do catch the virus, quote unquote, like people talk about it in normal terms, you're an overwhelming, and not many people do. If you do, you're not likely to get sick. You're probably going to be symptomless. You're not going to be in a position where your life is in danger. Yeah. So it's...
And for the first time ever, I think I truly saw Don Lemon really judge Joe Biden.
So it's really kind of basic.
Let's get to the question.
And try to have to remind himself that he is in fact a puppet, and so he had to just do his job. But I saw the judgment through the TV screen. There's no denying it. There's quite a few instances in this, and one in particular that has really started heavily circulating.
Be straight up about what you're doing. Yeah. And the question is whether or not we should be in a position where you are, why can't the experts say, we know that this virus is in fact, it's going to be, or excuse me, we know why all the drugs...
There's definitely more than one instance where Joe Biden just fucking goes off, about nothing and everything at the same time.
And you got a great dog there, kid. For example, if we get this bill done that I've been put together a long time ago, and by the way, I want to say, we will in fact reduce inflation, because we're going to be providing Republicans in the right place. I don't mean that the Republicans, it's only the Democratic point of view, but some of the stuff, QAnon, the idea that the Democrats or the Biden is hiding people and sucking the blood of children no, I'm serious. Now, you may not like me, and that's your right. Look, it's a simple thing. Than all the rest of America combined. I represent...
He's scary to watch as leader of the free world. He talks about what a trip it is that guy's him now. It's I don't know why this is tripping you out when you've ran 3 times and have had the position for over 6 months.
It's the first time I ever felt like you always hear say leader of the free world. Well, I realize when I'm sitting across from Putin, who I know, he knows who I am. I know who he is. He knows I mean what I say.
Other countries are seeing this. It's concerning. It's uncomfortable. Uncomfortable more than anything. His dementia shows so much. If you have not seen my video about is Joe Biden too old to be president, in there I talk about some of the symptoms of dementia and what some of the more obvious ones are. How many times he repeated certain lines. It's weird. It's very fucking weird. And no one says anything or questions it, which makes it kind of worse. You cannot convince me that that pediatrician, that so-called pediatrician who came up and asked a super specific and detailed question that just so happens to fit the narrative the Democrats are trying to push the last 2 weeks, just so that they could propagate more bullshit. Like that woman was an actor. You can't convince me otherwise. And that was really transparent.
Mr. President, I am a pediatrician who utilizes social media to educate about health, and I'm very concerned about the rise in misinformation from the anti-vaccine community that is eroding trust in life-saving vaccines. Spread of this misinformation and declining vaccination rates could leave Americans vulnerable to vaccine-preventable diseases in the future. So what I want to know is, what is the White House doing to combat medical misinformation and to restore America's faith in science?
More than once, Biden makes weird statements that maybe if you just read them on a sheet of paper wouldn't sound so eerie, but it was what he said mixed with the tone of his voice that made me so fucking creeped out and just fucking tripping over him saying, we need to get the people to a place where they trust the government, more than once, and really drives in how important it is to him specifically, and it's just fucking eerie.
Generally, raising confidence in elected officials. Raising confidence. And that goes to trust. Why can't you unite the country? Why isn't there a willingness to trust? Government trust is really was at an incredibly low ebb. It's coming up some. Is we've got to restore faith in government. You got to get people to the point where they trust government.
Will never not grind my gears.
You know what really grinds my gears?
When Biden or any other simpleton Democrat comes out and says that they've done so much work and have made so much progress on the economy. When the economy is completely stagnant from Democrats' push to fucking stall everything, of course it's going to look like there's progress. Something is more than nothing. That's basic common knowledge. For them to come out and act like that's some great thing that's happening fucking enrages me. It's so stupid, and if people hear it enough, they believe it, and it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing that people literally just can't form an independent thought.
First of all, the good news is the economy is picking up significantly. Now it's coming back. We're going to grow at 7% as expected. We created more jobs in the first 6 months of our administration than any time in American history. No administration's ever created as many jobs. And all of a sudden, people...
That hurt. Fuck. Biden's logic is so disproportionately nonsensical that I sat and tried to think of something as equally stupid as the thoughts that he thinks. And I couldn't find anything that could reach that capacity of stupid. He's such a condescending piece of shit, crusty old fuck. Video done. That's it. I just feel like I should just end the video here now. I said what I needed to say. Him saying things like, we kept you open, when a small business owner asks about employment and if the incentives to not fucking work will ever stop.
We employ hundreds of hardworking team members throughout the state of Ohio and across the country, and we're looking to hire more every day as we try to restart our restaurant business. The entire industry, amongst other industries, continue to struggle to find employees. How do you and the Biden administration plan to incentivize those that haven't returned to work yet? Hiring is our top priority right now.
Well, two things. One, if you notice, we kept you open. We spent billions of dollars.
Biden needs his ass beat. Like, I need someone who's as determined to kick his butt as that one guy was in that episode of SpongeBob.
I'm gonna kick your butt. No, I mean it.
I need that. Then he did that thing that Democrats do lately where they make themselves a parody of themselves by actually going out into the world and publicly saying that Republicans are either the ones who want to defund cops or that they are just blatantly lying. The Democrats are the ones that want to defund police.
How do you respond to Republicans who try to paint you and your party as anti-police?
They're lying.
It makes me feel so fucking uncomfortable almost that someone could be that confident in lying and just not give a fuck. If there's any evidence at all, like completely going against everything they're saying, but they just come out and say it anyways. Don Lemon did something I didn't think he would do and actually brought up Hunter Biden, which now I'll probably get no views on this video because every time I mention him, nobody fucking sees the video.
You've been very open about your son Hunter's problems with addiction. This is personal for you. Listen, I've dealt with it in my own family. Every family deals with it. But this is personal for you.
Yes, and I'm so damn proud of my son. My son just wrote a book about how he overcame being addicted. And he did it, and he's doing it, and he is in good shape, thank God.
Biden acting like him and his son are so fucking pure of heart. It makes me want to punch somebody. Most of all him, but that's not really in the cards. It makes me want to punch something. Maybe myself, so I don't have to continue to watch this nonsense. Biden just really has no shame in telling his lies. Like, he doesn't give a fuck if there's literally 50 years of evidence going against. He believes in what he's saying at the moment. He'll just fucking lie. He'll continue to lie and sit on it and act like you're fucking crazy when he's just that old man who likes to walk around in his robe.
You've been the big guy for 6 months now in the White House. Can you take us behind the scenes, something that was extraordinary or unusual that happened that stands out to you?
Yeah, Mr. President, you didn't close the door. Mr. President, what the hell are you going out at this time for? It's a wonderful honor. As you can tell, I hope I have very good manners, but I'm not very hung up on protocol. And and the Secret Service is wonderful. And because things are so crazy out there, it is very hard to get comfortable like I would ordinarily be. The help that's there, providing meals and all the rest, I think they love us. You say, don't come in for breakfast. We can get our own breakfast because I like to walk out of my robe and go in. No, I'm not. You think I'm joking? I'm not. You know what I mean? One day, Barack came over to NAVOPS, called Naval Operations, the Vice President's residence, which is on about, I guess, 80, 90 acres. And it's a beautiful, beautiful spot. And there's a fence around the whole property.
I bet you miss that, don't you?
I do. And Barack came over and he said, this is great. And I said, I'll tell you, I said, trade you only if the power goes with it. But the point is that there it was totally different. You could walk out in your shorts with a short sleeve shirt on, and you could walk around and there wasn't anybody there. You can't walk out anywhere now. But I'm not complaining.
He shouldn't be president when his priorities seem to be consumed with the thought of walking around nearly naked. So, in conclusion, if you want to be as equally bored as you are lied to for an hour and 17 minutes of your life, this will be a great time for you. You'll thoroughly enjoy it. Me, not so much. I feel like I wasted a good chunk of my life just now. And I wish I didn't. If I could go back in time and make a different choice, I would. If I knew this is how I'd feel at the end of it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you watched it or if you're smarter than me and didn't watch it. because you knew it'd be a waste of time. Please give this video a like if you did in fact like it, and you guys will see me next time.